Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Liz and I have a really exciting video for you guys today. It's a hop with several other ladies, so let's go ahead and jump right in. For this first project, I grabbed this sign that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I decided to take the ribbon off the back to separate all three of these pieces. I wanted to make this into a little fence, so I just started off by removing all those staples. They popped out really easily, and then I just took some sandpaper and went over those holes where those staples were, and it basically filled it in on its own. And then to attach it all together, I'm just going to take some jumbo popsicle sticks and some hot glue, and I'm going to hot glue all three of those signs together. Now I'm going to take these little carrots that you can get from the Dollar Tree, came in an 8-pack, and I'm just going to start by filling in all three of those holes just with some spackle from the Dollar Tree. And while that dries, I'm going to paint my fence with some Rust-Oleum white chalk paint. I typically use Waverly chalk paint, but mine was all out and I have yet to go to the store. So this works just as well. It's not as thick as the Waverly chalk paint, but it still does a good job. So once I have that all painted white, I'm going to take some of my Waverly chalk paint in mineral, and I'm going to just emphasize those lines between each fence piece, and then I'm going to do a little bit of distressing to the fence around the edges, around the top. Not too much, but I just wanted to give it a little extra something. Now I'm going to paint my carrot, and I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in pumpkin for all three of my carrots, and then for the top part I'm going to paint that in my Waverly chalk paint in celery, and I just did one coat for all of them. Once I have everything painted, I did go through and distress it a little bit with some sandpaper. I didn't want anything too distressed. I mostly just wanted to hit all those edges and make it look a little bit more weathered. And then once I have all of those finished, I'm going to start hot gluing my carrots down to the sign. So I glued them just right in a row. The middle one is going to have to sit on top of the other two because there wasn't enough room to have them spaced out evenly, but that's okay because I think it looks really cute overlapped like this, so I actually really liked how that turned out. And now I'm going to take this ribbon that I got from Joann's, and I'm just going to wrap it around the bottom of my sign and hot glue it down. And then I'll take some twine and wrap it around my sign a couple times at the bottom, and then I just tied a double knot, and that's it for this project. I thought this turned out so cute. I love the little fence and the carrots. I really liked this one.
Some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost?
So today's video is a Carrots Galore hop, which I'm so excited to be collaborating with all of these beautiful ladies here on YouTube. So all you have to do is look in my description box. You'll see a link that will link to the next lady's video, and then after you're done watching her video, you'll click her link and you'll go in a circle until you have come back to my video. We are doing a Amazon gift card giveaway, so to enter that giveaway, make sure that you comment on each of our videos, and that's how a winner will be chosen. So once you're done watching this video, go ahead and hop on over to the next crafter. So for this next DIY, I'm going to take this adorable wood cutout with this pail attached to it. I got it from Sola Wood Flowers along with these these flowers right here. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that I'm absolutely obsessed with them, and I thought this would be the perfect project with these colors, these oranges and yellows. It just went with the theme so nicely. So I'm just gonna start by attaching some wood skewers that I had into the bottom of all the flowers, and then I also purchased these green stems that you can get from Solo Wood Flowers, and I just add a little bit of hot glue and then push that green stem up into the flower, and that holds it all together. You can cut them and make them any size that you want. So I wanted the flowers to have a little bit more realistic look to them, make them, you know, have a green stem. So I'm gonna do that to all of these flowers. And then I'm going to cut the stems down so that they can fit into that little bucket. I'm going to add some floral foam to the bucket, and then I just started putting my flowers inside there, arranging it. And this was really easy to do. These Solo Wood flowers are seriously some of my absolute favorite, and I'm loving these colors for Easter. I think that they match the carrots perfectly. So I loved it. I'm gonna take some Spanish moss and just kind of fill around the front of that bucket, and then I'm going to take some greenery and I just kind of placed it around wherever I thought it needed a little bit more green. And then I'm gonna take some carrots that I got from the Dollar Tree and I just stuck those right inside the floral arrangement, and that's it. So easy, and I think this is a gorgeous piece for Easter.
What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Slow.
For this DIY, I took some of these tall candles that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I picked these up from there, and I'm going to cut them down to the size that I want them. My idea for this was to make some carrots. I've done this before, making some birchwood, and it turned out so cute, so I decided I had to make myself some carrots out of these. So I just cut them down, and now I'm going to go around making all sorts of lines and dents in a carrot. There's so much detail to them, so many lines, and they're very imperfect. So I just started hacking away at these candles. I made each end into a point so that it looked more like a carrot, and then I did little indents here and there, cutting out little chunks here and there. And then once I have those all cut the way that I want them, I'm going to take my truffle chalk paint from Waverly, and I'm going to give all 3 of my candles one coat of this. And after that's dried, I'm going to go back to my Waverly chalk paint and pumpkin, and I'm going to give my candles 2 coats of this. Now the reason why I painted it in the brown first is because I wanted that brown to show up where I had made those indents, make it look a little bit more realistic looking with all the little grooves in there. After that, I cut out little holes at the top of my carrots, and I'm going to place this greenery in there just with some hot glue. I'm going to do this for all 3 carrots. Now with my 3rd carrot, I accidentally kind of fell apart at the top when I was trying to cut out a hole for it. So I did have to go back in after the greenery was glued down and paint the top of it orange again. So just a little mistake there, but I was able to fix it. And then after all 3 of those are done, I'm going to stack them together, take some twine and wrap it around all 3 of the carrots, tie a knot, and that's it for this DIY.
Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth the while. You will make it in time. I never left a stone unturned.
For For this DIY, I took these eggs that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I am going to paint all of them with one coat of white chalk paint, just to cover up as much as I could. I didn't want the colors to show through the twine that I'm going to be wrapping around it. Now I'm going to take some hot glue. I put it in the little hole that is at the bottom of these eggs. I'm going to stick my twine in there, and then I'm just going to start wrapping my twine around the egg, adding some hot glue, wrapping it around. Now I will say this was a very frustrating process. It's definitely a whole lot harder than it looks. So at some point I decided that the hot glue wasn't really working. The twine didn't want to stay in place, especially as you get towards the bottom. So what I end up doing is taking some of this double-sided sticky tape. I got it from the Dollar Tree. It's in the Crafter Square section, and I just kind of ran this all over the egg to make the whole entire egg sticky, and then I started wrapping the twine around it. Towards the bottom though, it was a huge pain in the butt, and the twine did not want to work with me. So I figured you're not gonna see the bottom anyways. So I just wrapped the twine around it and stuck it down. It's not pretty at all towards the bottom, but you're not gonna see it anyways. So now I'm gonna take my Waverly Chalk paint in Pumpkin, and I'm gonna paint all of these eggs with that paint, just painting it as best as you can. Now this is one of those projects where I asked my husband, should I just forego this project and do something else? I'm glad that I didn't, because I thought it turned out really cute. So it was definitely a process trying to figure out exactly how to do this and make it look good. So I just took some more of this greenery and I'm just hot gluing it to the top of all of those eggs. And that'll be it for this DIY. In the end, I thought it turned out so cute, as frustrating as it was. I still think it turned out adorable.
Some love in this crazy world. I feel like I was never heard. All I wanted was to be loved. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to.
And that's it for my DIYs today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hop on over to the next crafters video. Comment on each of our videos to enter into our giveaway. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!